Hey there, YouTube friends. maskedbandit here. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I always do appreciate it. Welcome back to Conifer Slopes. Now, before we get started today, I do want to let you know, I know I said that this was going to be the episode where we launch the park, phase 2, all that, but by the end of the episode, I think you're going to realize why. Last episode, obviously, we had the wonderful Nerd Chacho on to give us the coaster, but you will notice it's not in there at the moment. It's gone. Don't worry, I didn't change it, but we worked on 2 separate files for a while. And so now that Nerd Chacho has his amazing coaster in, I feel like we need to finish the whole park before we get it out. And that feels like it's going to be a really long time. So apologies for the switch and the bait and switch there. But I think we can finish the park. I think by the end of the episode you'll see. I think we can finish the park before we move, instead of doing this Phase 2 release. Phase 2 release will be the final release. The goal is to get that done before Planet Coaster 2. Hey, which by the way, pretty cool, Planet Coaster 2. I made a video about it on the channel, talked about it a little bit with Nerd Chacho. Very pumped for Planet Coaster 2. But anyway, I know last episode was all about Nerd Chacho. This episode is all about cleaning up everything in this area here. We're really going to be focusing, especially on this area with the troika here. We're going to clean this whole area up and make it make sense. And then we're going to come over here and we're going to start cleaning all this up too. And this thing in particular is so ugly. We're going to get rid of this cover. We're going to do a bunch of good things. We're going to get rid of this building too. And I need your help because I don't know what to put here. This church thing, it just ain't cutting it for me personally. So I'm going to need your help. But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, let's tackle this little spot right here. It's this little transition area between the medieval land and the western land. We're going to go with like a cozy farm vibe. So let's see what that brings us. Cozy farms. Let's see. All right, so this is what we're working with here. One of the main inspirations for me for this part of the build was an old RollerCoaster Tycoon 3 custom scenery set by Ryan from RollerCoaster CTRS Industries. And he made a set called Birdhouse back in the RollerCoaster Tycoon 3 days. And this roof shape is very much birdhouse. Lots of thick planks. And so someone on Bro Nation, I think it was Blue Jay on Bro Nation, was posting old RollerCoaster Tycoon 3 pictures. And it just sort of inspired me to try and recreate that roof line from the Birdhouse set, because I do absolutely love that RollerCoaster Tycoon 3 set. So if you've played that game, hopefully this looks familiar to you, and if you hadn't, it kind of looks like this. So because it's called Birdhouse, I put a chicken on top. I don't know. So this is our cute farmhouse idea. Wanted bright colors, wanted an interesting shape, but still a realistic shape. Lots of wood. We're gonna use some of the fairy tale pieces. After I built this, I put in this tower, and I actually had the tower attached to the building, but it just felt a little too much, and the tower feels more like it should be its own separate building. And so that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be making the tower its own building. This thatch roof, I don't know. I don't think I've ever used this piece. Figured might as well start using some cool pieces, finding interesting uses for pieces that we haven't used before. But yeah, just some basic colored batten wood, paintable batten wood, and then the unpainted wooden pieces, the western set basically. Yeah, and this is the idea. This looks kind of cozy and cute. That's kind of the vibe we're going for. And we're going to dress it up. We're going to get white picket fences. We're going to turn this into a little restaurant. And then this one's going to be a gift shop, but it's not going to be here. We're going to do some rearranging, kind of make better use of our space here. You'll see I took the back fence away. We're going to doll all this up and make it look pretty. So let's go do that. So I think this is adorable. And hopefully you do as well. This is the big fat hen, leaning into the fairy tale kind of vibes of the, of some of the pieces that I've chosen to use. I really, it just made me think of the little book I used to read my kids, The Big Fat Hen. No, not The Big Fat Hen. That's the nursery rhyme. 1, 2, buckle my shoe. 9, 10, a big fat hen. I'm thinking of the little red hen. That's a different thing. But we have the big fat hen. And the big fat hen is a southern fried food restaurant. Chicken, cobbler, pies, crumbles, cakes. It's basically just deep south southern food. See, we got our little donuts. We got our, I wish it wasn't tiki cheeky, but whatever, it's fine. It's fine. We have our cute little seating area. Really tried to go nuts with the color scheme here. And we even have our little chicken coop back here. And we're going to go ahead, and we got our little white picket fence. This is our Big Fat Hen restaurant, and I don't think it actually, I actually think it fits in pretty nice. Like, it isn't obtrusive when you're in this area. It's not until you make the conscious decision to leave this area that you catch sight of it. So it doesn't interfere with Jaunty's medieval area at all, I don't think, which is a big plus and something I really wanted to make sure happened. I didn't want to take away from his area at all. So we also added this gate. I need to move the bins, and I need to get rid of the bunting here. Closing off our backstage area. Ooh, big trees. So yeah, the next step is going to be to move the troika, get the troika all lined up, and build our little gift shop that's going to go over here where these trees are. So I'll bring you back once this whole area here is all taken care of. Quick change of plans. Sometimes I forget what order I do things when I'm making the episode. I'm going to show you something a little different. So we have the basics of the building in place. Nothing too crazy. Just a simple little building with a little tower. I do like it a lot, though. Again, trying to use some of these fantasy pieces and do unique colors. Things I don't normally do. But, yeah, this is going to be just a simple little building here to kind of nestle this whole area in. No, the troika isn't done, because what I did instead is I wanted to nail this area. I had this blank open space, and I was like, what can we put here? And I thought, what about something like a playground or something? And then I realized theme parks sometimes have like upcharge attractions, like these trampolines. You've seen these before. I believe Mineral made these for us for No Name Landia. But I also found this amazing ropes course on the workshop, and this is by Tron Javolta. I have to say Tron Javolta, if you ever see this video, amazing username. Tron Javolta made a ropes course, and it fit perfectly. And it allowed me to kind of dress this area up. Now, this isn't the final color scheme for our path here, but so what I've done is we've decided to make this an upcharge area where kiddos can come and do the ropes course or do the trampolines. We're also going to add a splash pad in here for kids to muck around in. I don't think that would be upcharge, but the trampolines and the ropes course would be a fee to go and play around. And I think that's a really cute idea. This area is kind of small, maybe not the troika, but I don't know. It just felt like family fun area. I don't know, but I love the way it looks. And you get some really nice views of the rapids from up here, which is super fun. And I could just imagine how cool this would be. And then even on the rapids, you get a cool view of the ropes course here as you return back to the station. So the synergy here is really, really nice. This checkerboard pattern is supposed to be like, you know, those soft foam, or like when you go to a zoo, like, or at an outdoor playground, as most playgrounds are, the squishy floors, you know, in case kids fall down, they bounce. That's kind of what this is supposed to represent. It's a little too saturated. The red and the blue isn't my vibe. We're going to change that up a little bit. But yeah, I'm really pleased with this. I'm really shocked at how well this fit in here. I don't think I modified it at all. I'm pretty sure I just plopped it in. So big shout out to Tron Travolta. And now I think we're going to go ahead and we are going to finish this area up before I bring you over towards the spinning coaster. So let's take a look at this area upon completion. And here we are with our little play area and splash pad. Let me know what you think of this sign, play zone. Maybe a better name for it. Can we name this and add a sign here? I don't like play zone. Or nah, just get rid of the sign, who cares? I don't know. You give me your thoughts there in the comments below. My little splash pad, I've made some splash pads before, and normally I don't pay attention to how big everything is, and like I use the really big splashes that would absolutely destroy a kid. So I tried to really tone it down and use really small so that like it would actually be fun and not painful. But yeah, here's our little splash pad, and you get your tickets for the rope course, or you get your tickets for what are these? Trampolines. You get those there. And I just like how you can see Bandit poking out from in the background there. Yeah, I really enjoy it. And then you can see we've cleaned up this area a little bit. We've added a root beer stall. We're gonna swap out the paths, I think, so that we can get rid of these. One of the things I've done is I've swapped out one of the terrains for the asphalt terrain, so that we can, wherever we use asphalt, we can paint in those little triangles. You know, these little green corners from the pathing that's gonna path. Apparently in Planet Coaster, they've really done a lot. Apparently in Planet Coaster 2, they are, there's been a path overhaul, or at least plazas are a thing? I don't know. We're going to find out. Anyway, here is Pretty Things Rustic Boutique. Just a simple little store. I kind of, to push this idea of farm, kind of grew some crops here. I don't know, some flowers for sale. I don't know. And lots of color here in the queue. We need a name for the Troika. What should we name the Troika? Give me an idea for that. We've got the rubies covers here for the bollards. Just a real simple queue. And now this whole little area, we added the fence in the back and gave trees. And now this whole little area just feels right. It feels cozy. Own little subland, kind of farmy, kind of fairy tale-y. Kind of trying, you know, I don't know, it makes a transition. I think it makes the transition from the medieval to the Western. I think it makes a little bit of sense. We're using some of the materials from both lands in a new and unique way. These are kind of the things I like to think about. How can I connect two completely different themes in this little area? And this is what I came up with, and I really like it. So hopefully you do as well. Now that this area is done, it's time to tackle... Well, it's time to tackle over here. You'll notice Chacho's coaster still isn't here, so you can see how much work I did before he got back to me. So much so, and his coaster is so phenomenal, and he did such a great job over here, that actually what I went and did is I went and blueprinted all of this, and I replaced it in the file Chacho was working on. So in the next update, you're going to see his coaster there. Which we still haven't officially named as of this recording. Maybe by the time this video comes out, we've named it. But we'll see. You'll see I've removed the church. I've added some paths. And I did move some of John T's buildings around a little bit. But I think it's going to be okay. And you'll see later. I've removed the awful cover. And we're going to give it another go. We're going to give this cover another go. Because what I had before was just god-awful. And we're going to clean this whole area up now. We've kind of done a bit of queue work here. Like I said, I've used the terrain painting to cover in any gaps. So this is kind of what we're doing here. And so let's bring you back one final time to show you what this looks like. Because this is the last major thing we're going to get done. As well as what Chacho's coaster kind of looks like now. With this area a little more fleshed out. Still not complete though. So let's see what that's all going to be about. Alrighty, my friends, welcome to the final update here. I have the park music playing. I have a new flat ride covered. Man, tell me this doesn't look better, man. I'm just so pleased with how this turned out for our Monte Leon. The underside, it all makes sense. We have ropes hanging down, lots of wood, unique shape, kind of digging the different colors, all kinds of just, I don't know. I'm really proud of the last two flat rides I've done. Between Mashup and this one. This one needs a proper name too. I need your help a lot. What are we going to name the Troika? What are we going to name this? And what are we going to be naming that play area? I need good names for these three things because I've been going at a pace here while I'm building really well. I'm running out of names, name ideas. So please give me some good name ideas. Just clean this area up a little bit. Still need to put a whole bunch of benches and clutter in this area, but now Zephyr, I moved it back a little bit, covered up the bollards, added some trees. You will now see, there it is. Nerd Chacho's amazing coaster. Oh, so good. We added this flat ride, which is not in the park yet. I don't know if I'm sold on it or not. You think this is good, or should we just let it be? Or put something else, a vendor or a shop or something. Need something for this area. Help. Please help. I've reached the point where I need some help. So if you could help, that'd be super great. Give me some suggestions on what we should put here. As you can see here, we come over the train tracks. We'll dial all this up later. And then boom, into Nerd Chacho's awesome area. Went ahead and started fiddling with our train over there. This is now going to be the entrance to the train. Lots of work to do in this area still, but I want to make sure that this whole area is completed before I bring it to you. So since we're over here, I do want to give you a better look. As we come this way, we've added, like I mentioned in a previous video, a couple videos ago, we added the RC boats. We have 4 of the wheels over here on this side of the pier. I love this angle. I think this is super cute. I think this feels so theme parky to me. There's just something about this angle that just feels very, very, very theme parky. Man, do you remember how long ago it was we were building all this stuff? Feels like forever and a day ago. But it's all right. It's all good. It's all good. So, yeah, just trying to clean up. I've added a whole bunch of stuff here. We finally have a fence here. I may have mentioned that in a previous video. Added some more foliage in here. Dressed all this up. You can now, I've hidden the back area here quite a bit. Just trying to make it look presentable and finished. So we're going to take a quick jaunt back to the beginning of this stuff we were working on at the beginning of this episode. We have VIP status. Why don't we just go through the staff door? So back here, I didn't connect it. I'll have to do that. Like I said, I had to transfer a lot of stuff over. I thought I got most of it. I think I got about 98% of all the blueprint, of all the stuff that we worked on and replaced. So here we are back in this area. Just wanted to give you a look at it with the reshade on. There's the big fat hen. And also let you hear the music I picked. This is the World's Fair France music, which I think is pretty cool. I don't know why you hear Western music. Definitely not the music I picked. That's strange. The music is not what I picked. I'm going to have to go in and change that. Is this the Troika? Might be. No. Weird. I wonder why it's doing that. Because we have speakers we have speakers all over here, and the music is all kinds of wrong. That's unfortunate. Yeah, none of this music is right. I saved it all. I'm going to have to go back in and change all the music now. Darn, that's unfortunate. So this is not indicative of what it'll sound like in the final version, but here you go. You get a nice view of the Troika. You can see Jaunty's area over there. Excalibur. It's pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with how it all turned out. And here's another look at our ropes course. So yeah, this is, I changed the paths like I said I would. Sorry for the graphical error there. So yeah, this is where we are at. Apologies if you were expecting a download today. I know that's what I said. But like I said, with Nerd Chacho just doing such an amazing job here, I wanted to make sure that I could close all this off. And I don't want to remove it. I also don't want to be working on a different file. So with all that, I think we're just going to go ahead and try and knock it all out. There's going to be another major addition coming this way, and that should be in another episode or two. So I'm going to keep plugging along with this, and I'm going to keep plugging along with my spooky area, and we're going to see where we go from there. So I feel like we got a bunch accomplished this episode. So let's take a look at what we got done. There we go. So we're going to end it here. So I hope you enjoyed. Lots of people coming back to the channel, and that's lovely to see. I love to see it. If you did like the video, please do like it. Click the like button so we can get this to more people. There's a lot of people interested in Planet Coaster right now, and I would love for them to come and be a part of our community together. Some people have asked about Bronation. The Discord is still up and running. The link is live. It should be. If it isn't, I will fix it. So yeah, we're all hanging out over at Bronation, getting excited about Planet Coaster 2. If you're excited about Planet Coaster 2, you should come hang out and talk with us about it. So yeah, with all that being said, have yourself a great day, great night, great whatever. And I'll see all of you for the next episode of Conifer Slopes. Take care, everyone, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.